All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. And today I have the absolute honor to sit down with Max Wrist. Max, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on. That was a nice little intro song you had there. I was moving to that.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I dig that. I play it all the time. My wife's absolutely tired of hearing it, to be honest with you. So, but I still do it anyway because it's a good jam, right? Let's be honest. Um, Listen, again, it's absolutely great to sit down with you. We have a lot to talk about. There's so much, stigmata and all this around you, man. And I figured if anybody in the world can do this and pull this off, it is me and you together, right? We both love this sport. Everybody listens to this podcast because you love this sport. And it's because each and every single one of you is the reason why I'm here. And a lot of it is also the reason why Max is where he's at now, right? So this is Max's story. You guys get the popcorn out and enjoy this show. So, Max, bro, I want to begin it as I do every podcast. Where did your journey begin? On those beautiful twos, my friend.
So, my story is a lot different than most people. I didn't start riding motorcycles till pretty late. I was 29 years old before I got my first motorcycle. I grew up racing BMX and started doing freestyle a little bit after that. But then when I was 18 years old, I went in the Marine Corps. Um, Ended up doing 4 years in the Marine Corps. Still rode BMX a little bit, but it kind of started to trail off. Got out of the Marine Corps with an honorable discharge and went in the Army after that. And while I was in the Army, I was stationed at Fort Bragg. I was already a staff sergeant. I was 29 years old. And I just recently had divorced my first wife and said, you know what? I always wanted one of those sport bikes. And so I went out in Daytona Beach and bought the brand new CBR 1000RR in 2012. And that's really where my journey with motorcycles began. I didn't grow up the traditional way, riding motorcycles. We had a moped when I was younger, but I actually did crash that thing. Uh, but so 29 years old, I start riding motorcycles. I'm stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And so the first place I see that everybody's riding at online is Tail of the Dragon. So I wasn't too far away from there. So I started going out there and taking pictures. And initially, I got popular on Instagram from pictures. And that just, as my riding started progressing, I started doing videos. And then almost 2 years later, I got orders to go to Italy and um, went brought the Fireblade to Italy and started riding there and realized that these Italians have this place they ride and it's like everybody's racing out there and so I started posting videos from Italy and got a lot of notice real quick and got into some trouble too. In Italy, the mayor of Vicenza actually called the commanding general of my base and said that they didn't want me riding anymore. So I didn't really listen that well to that, and so I, decided to take things out of my regular name because my social media was originally my regular name. So as I'm getting in trouble in the army, I was like, you know what? I'll go buy a new bike. I'll get a new suit, new gloves, new helmet, change my name on social media, and no one will know it's me. And that's where Max Risk came about. And they knew it was me right away. And so I got in even more trouble after that. But got my first BMW S1000RR. That was the bike I chose to do the new channel with. And not got into some trouble in Italy over that. And then moved to California in 2018 and did a lot of riding out here in California, which is where I'm living now. And would take my BMW up to Azusa and go ride out there. And I just post the videos from my riding, just like everybody else was doing. But my videos got a lot more views. So got a lot of attention, not all positive attention, but I can say since last year, I have strictly been on the track. There was a lot of people getting hurt out there, getting in trouble out there on the street, and the name that I have, I'm an influencer, so I have to keep moving forward and put it in a better direction. And that's what I did by going to the track. So I've been exclusively on the track since early 2025 and raced in CRA and am now racing in CVMA circuit series. And that's where it came from. It was started a little over 10 years ago and just started riding on the street, was making videos riding on the street, and of course, there was a lot of drama within the videos, and some of the videos were super popular. So I had to move in a different direction, and I am so glad that I'm doing just track now. And if I can tell anything to any of these riders out there on the street, it's just the track is where it's at. At the beginning, I did a few track days here and there. I did like Chuckwalla 5 years ago. I did Buttonwillow 5 years ago. But I just I didn't like all the rules of the track at the time. But man, now that I've just grown up more and I'm a lot more mature, it's just the only place you can really ride anymore. And if you don't, and if you're down on the street, you're just risking it, man. You're risking getting hurt. You're risking legal trouble. You're risking influencing other people to do the same. And so if there's anything I can tell from my story so far is just if you want to ride fast, you got to take it to the track.
100%, man. I agree. We all get involved in two wheels. That's all we have is the street at the time, right? We back when I was doing it, Max, it's not like it is today where you can just go to track day. It's all over social media. We had pagers, right? You page me and I go to a payphone, I put in 50 cents and I call you, right? Like
Yeah.
we didn't have it's Cycle World magazine and Cycle News, the big ones, right? We would see track days then, but it was in my mind unobtainable. Let's just be honest, right? Because it's not, I didn't know nobody that did it or any of that. Even I went to VIR to watch AMA Superbike racing back in the day, but nobody talked about it. But like I tell everybody, man, dude, if we had GoPros and Insta360s and fucking YouTube back in the day, dude, we'd be doing the same shit. Posting videos, getting the views, getting the adrenaline dump of getting the views, right? And then dude, you got YouTube plaques behind you. I ain't got no YouTube plaques, right? Like, bro, your journey's been amazing. There's been a lot of hype around it too. So let's just clear the air right now for everybody real quick. Just quick little journey into all this getting a lot of hate, man, and I've said this yesterday on the video. I thought that I was always loved by everybody for who I am and for what I do for the sport, not ridiculed and made fun of and picked at for who I have on. Right. So it's an honor to have you on. I'm not ashamed to say it, Max. It's an honor to be your friend and all that. Right. So, dude, just clear the air. Tell everybody what really happened and what went down, even though I know and everybody know that's listening to this and watch this, there's YouTube videos. You did it twice.
Yep, I've made YouTube videos back in 2018. I think I made the first one, and I made one last year as well. And I honestly don't know why I keep having to clear the air about this, but I mean, as far as my charges go, I've laid them all out, and people are taking the charges that I've gotten as just saying they're completely different things. So, to be honest, I don't know where it comes from. It'd be great if you could get one of these haters in here and I could directly answer their questions about, why do you believe this? I'm not on any registries or anything like that. So where are you getting these rumors from that you're making? At the end of the day, I think it's people are mad that I've been successful at this, and for over 10 years now, I've lived off YouTube. That's what I've been doing to fuel my two-wheel journey is making YouTube videos. And it's been for 10 years now. And, you know, a lot of people are mad about that. Why? I don't know. If you were getting millions of views, I'd say, Chris, great job, man. Keep killing it. I'm glad you're spreading the good word about motorcycles. And likewise, I'm honored to be on your podcast as well, because you're such a big figure within this racing community, which is a community I'm in. You know, at the end of the day, I just kind of want to go race. That's what I like to do. I like to race and ride my motorcycle fast. I wish more people would do their talking on the track rather than being a keyboard warrior, getting on and just trying to spread just nasty stuff about me. I'll answer any questions you have about anything specifically, but I just don't know where people get some of these rumors I have that are around there about me.
Yeah, it's you know, I'll be getting it all the way around too, Max. Trust me. As soon as I put that post out that I was having you on, it was it's been a total shit show since then, right?
You might get banned from TDJU yourself.
I mean,
you know, they keep, what's funny is that group, they keep banning me for a month or two, and then I get back on, I try to post something, and then they ban me again. So yeah, I try to put out the truth to those guys out there, and if they don't want to listen, they don't want to listen. Whatever. It doesn't really bother me much. At the end of the day, I'm out there just to race motorcycles. I'm able to go out there and race motorcycles, and I'm doing well at it too.
Yes, you are.
I mean, these are CVMA trophies from last round, and here are the 3 YouTube packs. This is the original 100,000 for Max Riss. I made the Max Riss Life channel, as you may know as well, and that one's got 100K. And then we have the 1 million subscriber gold plaque as well. So, you know, is for much as all these people are talking, at the end of the day, I don't know what has made me more popular. I got 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but is that because I make the best videos in the world, or is it because I'm a controversial figure with a lot of drama surrounding? I don't know which one, to be honest. I think it's probably a little bit of both that have made me popular. But so those people that talk that trash, they can just keep talking. At the end of the day, they don't even know that they're doing me a favor by providing more engagement and name recognition for me. So
yeah, dude. And you know, so I grew up in the military, right? My dad was a fighter pilot in the Navy, and I lived the military life. You know, that's what made me who I am. I talk about it often on the podcast. It was I showed up, I made friends 3, 4, 6 months later. Hey, we're moving, right? So it destroyed me at first because I was always uncomfortable being around new people. And then, but I never met a stranger, if that makes sense. So I just decided at a young age that I'm gonna embrace this journey and just meet everybody and have fun with it. So it's, you know, the whole military, thank you for your service, man. You know, everybody that served in the military, if it wasn't for each and every single one of you, no matter what job, you could change the oils and do the tires. It don't matter, right? It's all those little important puzzle pieces I always talk about in racing, right? That got to line up and be part of it. That's part of the puzzle is the military. So thank you for being in the military, man.
You are welcome. And I appreciate that. Nobody ever likes to talk about the fact that I have 2 combats deployment. I was a paratrooper. I have 4 honorable discharges, but what they like to talk about is the bad conduct discharge I got at the end. And they don't even like to call that what it was. They like to call it a dishonorable discharge, but it was a bad conduct discharge. And there was a reason for that. And there was a reason that I only did 18 months locked up. It's because it's not what people are saying it is. So at the end of the day, anything that happened to me, no cops were called at the time. It was after that I left to Italy. This girl got mad that I started dating another girl, and she tried to take me down, man. And, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, though, I don't know whether that is hurt me or helped me, because 10 years doing YouTube, making hundreds of thousands of dollars on there. And is that attributed to my video creating skills? I don't know. I'd say it's probably a little bit of mixture of both that have made videos viral.
Yeah, I mean again, who hadn't watched Max Risk videos? Let's be honest, people. Everybody watching this podcast right now and is going to listen to it in the futures clicked on a video, a short, or of some type.
Even if you block me on social media, I'll still end up in your feed. That's just how it works. I've had so many people tell me that over the years. I blocked you years ago. I don't know how you end up in my feed over and over again. So, but you know what? If you like watching motorcycles, I create motorcycle content, and now it's motorcycle racing content. And
yeah,
these last videos have been great. I mean,
they have been
just telling the story of the series of racing, and this is my first year racing, so it's just telling my journey of how you get on the track, how you start racing, and you know what, you can have some success even early on.
Oh, 110%, man. I definitely want to talk about the transition from the street to the track. And so I hope everybody caught everything Max just said. So we're moving on. We're not even going to attempt to talk about the past anymore because it's done. Right. So, Max, I think you're doing wonderful things on the track. Mike Ramsey says, well, he's out winning and running expert lap times, moving to white plate soon. Dude is fast. Lap times prove it. Right.
I mean,
so
my last time at Chuckwalla, I did a 47.01. So that's
scooting
good.
Yeah, that absolutely it is. It's
and every time, every single round I've kept going to Chuckwalla, I've gotten faster every single round. So just learning more and more each time and trying to progress. I've had a lot of people say the success is because of my motorcycle. The funny thing about I'm riding the 2025 Ducati V4 now. I bought the bike when I was still a street rider and didn't even know I was going to be going on the track anytime soon. And then I got an invite to the track from Carlos Ramirez and took that invite and went to one of Dustin Corner's track days. And that's how it got started last year.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's I was gonna ask you about the Ducati. I'm a
Sure.
Ducati Eastie, right?
I see that.
At heart, right? It's been my bike of choice since I was a little kid. I remember coming out of the commissary and I was like, dude, Dad, what was that? So my dad used to take me riding. He had a GSE Suzuki, I forget what it was, GSE something. Anyway, he's like, that's a Ducati, that's a Ferrari motorcycle. I said, I'm gonna have one day, Dad, right? And he just kind of chuckled. He said, I hope you get a good job because that's, they're very expensive. I was like, I got this. And I've owned many of them since then. Got one right now. It's they are a beautiful machine. They're different than any other bike. I consider Max motorcycles like women because you see a beautiful one. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. You get on it. You learn how to dance with her and ride her and what she likes, what she don't likes, and how she speaks to you. And then you see another one you want to tango with and you jump on her and it's not the same. Right. So you got to learn to tango with your new girl. Right. Ducati's just got this certain, I don't know, just certain feeling when you get on it. I haven't rode a BMW 1000 yet. I heard they're absolute missiles, but I was going to ask you, man, you having the V4 coming off the M1000, what's the biggest differences you noticed right off the jump?
So I have my beautiful woman right next to me, Bunny. Do want to poke in here and say hello? Yeah, she's right there. She's always by my side. An amazing woman, and couldn't be racing without her either. But so I don't know if you've seen some of my older videos, I always made fun of Ducati riders because my BMW was always faster. There was not a drag race I'd get into at Little Mexico and Angeles Crest or riding in the canyons there where a Ducati would be faster than my BMW. That case never happened. So I talk trash about Ducati saying, you know what, you spent too much money for something that doesn't have the performance that this lesser, costing BMW has. And So BMWs for years. I went and test rode the new 2025 V4 for the first time, and I said, you know what? This is the bike. This is the one. It just, they cleaned a lot more stuff up on the bike. It's just a way smoother ride, not as hot, and the power is just obnoxious on the thing. So, um, and if you really want to start adding it up, like some of these guys at the tracks have these Yamahas built out to be $50,000, and my Ducati didn't cost that much. But when we get on the straightaway, that Ducati has run down every single R1 it's ever met, like just mowed it down. And so, um, I don't know. The Ducati's not even such a bad value at the price of $30,000, because you have to build another bike a lot more to get it to a performance level that you'll never reach the Ducati's performance level as far as the power goes. You might get your bike to turn a lot better, but you're not going to get that power that the bike has. So I've been impressed with the bike, and it's definitely helped me do well in racing, I'd say. But there's guys out there with more money into their bikes, and I'm racing in the same series as me. So I don't know. I'm a Ducati fan now. It is expensive. Don't get me wrong. Like, racing's expensive. But because that Ducati, for all that power, you are going to eat up a tire.
Yes,
In
you are.
one race. You're going to eat up a rear tire. So it's a good bike, but it does cost.
Yeah, 110%, man. So, we all did it. We talked about a little bit earlier, being squids on the street and riding fast and dude. I remember the first time I put on my full leather suit, bro. I felt like I was Superman. I could do anything. I'm the fastest dude ever that breathed oxygen on this planet,
Yeah.
right? Little did I know when I got on the track, this big ass piece of humble pie had waiting on me, right? But, going from street riding, what made you switch your mindset going from, you know what, I just want to now strictly do track days, promote racing, get people off the street? Because yes, it is dangerous, right? Let's be honest. And go with that. Well, how did that all happen for you?
So, to be honest, looking back at my old videos now, I came across a video of me on Azusa Canyon in California. In between the two straightaways, there's a little curve, and I'm going through that curve at 186 miles per hour. Full out, top of sixth gear, in the turn, and there is a wall on the other side, just a mountain. So I got so lucky that I got away with it, but man, I look back now and I'm like, you know what? That was dumb. You shouldn't have been doing that. As my platform has got more and more popular, I've just got more and more attention, good and bad. So on the street, I was out there riding Angela's Crest with Carlos Ramirez. He's social media's close ram. And he invited me to a track day. He said, you know what, dude, you're a good rider, man. Because he rides out there on Angela's Crest too. And he said, come to a track day. And I said, I've been to some track days before, but wasn't, I don't know. I didn't stop street riding. I can tell you that. There are some conveniences to street riding, which are initially the cost. So you fill up your tank and you're out there doing whatever you want, right? It's there's a lot of freedom and it's very convenient. And the track, it's like you got to sign up, you got to pay this money, then you got to travel there, and you got to bring a lot more than one tank of gas. So, I took him up on the offer, and I went to that track day, and I said, you know what? With all the crap I'm going through, because I got arrested multiple times on the street, I've had multiple accidents, and yeah, I can make a video for a lot cheaper and get a better return on investment, but man, it hurt when I had to pay these lawyers tens of thousands of dollars to get out of these traffic violations, because they were charging me with them. So, and now they don't even they never caught me in person. I was very smart about the way I did things, but they never caught me in person. But now they're just using my videos and arresting me from YouTube videos. So after paying all these lawyers all this money, dealing with this legal crap, having friends crashing out on the street and getting super hurt. Unfortunately, one of my friends had a really bad crash lately, saying 420. I'm sure you've seen his videos. Man, he crashed hard on Angela's Crest lately. I feel bad for him. And I just told him he's just got to take it to the track. So all that accumulating together with also going to the track days event, I said, you know what? The track's got less hassle. I'm not going to run in the side of a mountain, off a cliff, into a guardrail. And there's just way more competition out here. I kind of got to the top level of the street. Like, where else was there to go, right? I've already raced everybody who had ever called me out. And the people I've called out. And so where was there to go? There was nowhere to go except back to jail. So made the decision, you know what? I'm going to just do track days only now. And I put myself in a position to where, you know, I can afford the track days, and I'll save money in the long run just going to the track rather than paying all this, you know, crap that I don't even want to deal with. So went to some track days, said I was going to just do track days last year. And then we did the influencer track day at Buttonwillow. I don't know if you remember that one, but we had Mad Maxie come out there, and shout out to Mad Maxie too. He was a big cornerstone in the development of Max Riss. So I got to give him a shout out on that. He was a big part of that and a major player. And me and him still talk today, and he's doing really successful on his own channel, Real Mad Maxie. But anyways, we went to the influencer track day, and they said whoever run the fastest lap on this influencer track day gets a free racers school. So I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know you had to go to a school to start racing or anything. So I ended up getting the fastest lap, and I won this new racer school. And I went to this new racer school with LGB. It was a track days event. And went out there and got to do my first mock race, and I won my first mock race. And I said, you know what, this feels pretty good to actually win up on a stage and get a trophy and all that stuff. So it was CRA had already started their first round, but the next round they had coming up was in Las Vegas. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go race in Las Vegas. And I said that would be really cool. And went out, raced in Las Vegas, and won my first race. First race I went to, and there was a podium celebration. There was champagne, and it was just an awesome time. You can't get any of that from the street. You can't. There's no podium celebration at the end. There's no check to win. There's none of that. So there's only go home and post it online, and you might get in trouble for it nowadays because stuff is changing. They will bust you for a video now. It doesn't even matter if it's the source video or they didn't have to confiscate it from you. Just a YouTube video online, even if it's edited, they can use against you. So that's a tip to everybody out there still posting street videos.
Yeah, times have changed, my friend.
Times have changed. And it doesn't even matter what the law says about it, whether they can use it against you in court or not. What they're going to do is arrest you, charge you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 bail, and then you got to show up to court. So even if they're going to lose the case, they're not losing anything. It's you that's going to lose time and money, and they know that. So that's why they messed with me. None of the charges ever stuck, but it cost me.
Yeah.
So on the track, there's none of that. And so anyways, I finished out the CRA season, and I started racing in CVMA before CRA was even done, because there was a lot of people out there on the keyboards telling me, you know what, you're racing the CRA, but the real competition is Chuckwalla. So that's where everybody races. That's where all the Moto America riders are. And so we started racing Chuckwalla. We just finished round 4, and we got round 5 coming up in about 3 weeks.
Love
And
it,
I'll be
man.
racing there. So anybody who actually wants to continue racing during the winter can come out to Chuckwalla, because it was 80 degrees the last race we did a couple weeks ago. The weather is perfect there, and that's where most of the the top racers in the country come out to race, because it's the only place you're going to race during the winter. So
Facts.
yeah.
That is absolute facts, you know. And since you got off the street and been focused on the track, it's a different game, obviously, right? It presents new challenges, and also you meet some of the most amazing people in our beautiful, what I call a circus, right? It's a beautiful circus. It's the same around the world. It's the same clowns everywhere, right? And you know, you meet people that you might show up and be like, I've never taken my rear tire off this bike before. Then somebody's going to jump in and help you and show you how to do it. Right.
That was me.
Right. There you go. Right. And where else are you going to get that? You're not going to get it on the side of the mountain on the street. Well, you probably will, but it's a hassle. Let's just be honest. Right. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, CRA has a great organization called Racer 411, run by Ant Lee. I didn't know how to safety wire my bike. I didn't know how to take off my rear wheel. There it is. Didn't know how to do any of that. And they got my bike fully race ready for me. Ant Lee is just amazing, man. There's people that will help you out there in racing. And just like I crashed for the first time this last round at Chuckwalla, I'm making the video now. Don't worry, it'll be out soon. I crashed twice, actually. First time ever at Chuckwalla, but twice in the same weekend. And needed a clip on and needed some foot pegs. And man, they came through, got all that stuff on my bike before the next race, and it was just awesome. So big shout out to Corey Alexander's garage on that. They have Ducati parts there, fortunately, and big shout out to Victory Racing. There's so many people I could thank for helping me out, but you know what? No one has ever come up to me at the track and talked no trash. That is only some trolls on keyboards, not out there racing. Real racers don't do that, man. That's keyboard warriors that are on there just trying to make some name for themselves, which you're not going to do it by that. So just to let you know, from somebody that's been successful in social media, you don't get popular on social media by trying to bring other people down. That's not how it works. You're popular on social media by being genuine and doing what you love, and that passion shows. And that's why, my videos have got less views on the track. There's no doubt about that. I can't lie about that. They got more views on the street, but way more quality views, and I've got way more brand deals since I've been doing track than I ever did on the street. So even if it's not as many views, the views are worth more. So
yeah,
it's not like, views are worth much anymore anyways. I mean, God, I get over 50 million views a month, and sometimes it's, it's not worth that much. It's not worth what it used to be. So
yeah, for sure. Coming off the street, getting to the track, it's a beautiful thing. It changes everything, and spreading the word, getting people off the street onto the track, realizing that, and going on with this whole street video thing. It's easier for Tom, Dick, and Joe to go down here to the dealership and buy an R1 and put a freaking Insta 360 on the back and go make videos and post it on YouTube and get views, right? It's not the same as, because racing's a smaller cliche than street videos is. Let's just be honest, whether it's drag racing cars or
absolutely.
bikes or whatever. So it's a different ball game altogether, right? And but you're right, going to the track, man, is absolutely awesome. It's something I want to talk to you about, is sponsoring CRA classes with your wins, bro. Like, you're giving back to the community too as well. That is awesome.
You know what? The money that I won from racing, they asked me what I want to do with it. They said, "Do you want a W-9 and we can just pay you, fill that out, or you can do whatever you want with it." I said, "Let's give it to the other amateur racers that aren't getting any money and show them that there's something to win already." So I sponsor the amateur 600 class, which was a class I thought I might race in at one point, which I could race in the future. Of course, I'll be an expert this upcoming season with CRA. I'll get my white plate and start my first expert race will be in March with CRA at round 1. So, but I'm still going to sponsor the amateur racers because we just need to get more racers in there, and it's cool to get a podium celebration and win some money. Like, for me, as a video creator, I'm like the podium is where it's at, because that's when you get to have yourself up on stage, everybody celebrating, you're popping champagne, you're getting checks. It's just freaking cool, man. So I wanted to sponsor other amateurs out there and let them get that feeling, because there is no better feeling than that. And that's one feeling you cannot get off the street. There is no celebration at the end of your canyon run, and you're not going to get a check. Nobody's going to give you champagne to pop, and you're not going to get to make a video on the podium. And all that comes from racing, and it's just so cool. To be honest, I can't believe I didn't do it a long time ago. I was stubborn, and I was cheap, and just not mature enough. So I've tried to make that step forward and show people that anybody can do it. And people call me slow too, so you can be a slow guy and go out there and still do well.
100%, right? And something else I want to ask you about, because we all, when we start out, we got to go to a new rider school, right? So tell everybody your personal experience. I know you did a YouTube video about it. I remember watching it. So just tell everybody that's listening, your personal experience of the new rider school. Because for me, there's a lot of stigmata. There was a lot of unexpected. I didn't know what I was getting into. I had no idea, right? Nobody does. And it was just all the anxiety and all this emotions and everything. But for you personally, man, what was it like, Max?
I did make the full video about it. It's like an hour-long video,
Yep.
so I got most of the instruction in there. So if you want to check that out on my YouTube channel, you can. But man, I had the best instructor on the planet. I don't know if you know LGB, but man, LGB is the man. I can tell you that right now. New racer school, it's not intimidating at all. It's not like what it's basically, these are the rules of the track. These are what the flag means: your green flag, your red flag, your black flag, which I got a black flag before I even went to the new racer school, so I knew what that meant. They gave me two-wheel track days, gave me a black flag for wheeling on Button Willow years back. And it's so funny because I know all those guys now, and they wouldn't give it that flag to me now if I did it, but they did back then. So anyways, yeah, it's more about just here are the rules of the track. Here's how to enter the track. Here's starting procedures. Here's what's going to happen during the race. If you get a red flag during the race, you're going to have to come off the track. And they just teach you all that kind of stuff. And at the end of it, though, you get to do a mock race, which is so cool because you're out there for the first time. And there was 5 guys in my class, and one of them was Gary saying 420. So it was cool to have him there because I knew I was going to have another fast rider to race against. And so it's a very easy experience. It's not it shouldn't be intimidating. It's just there to teach you and make sure you're okay. And if you're not okay, they'll tell you and let you know, hey, this is what you need to change. And the only rule to getting your new racer's license is to finish your race. So as long as you don't crash out of your first race, you're going to get
You're
your new
good.
racer's
Yeah,
license.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to go into the amateurs and race and see how you do. Uh, and the amateur class, it's competitive too, man. It's like it's no joke. There's guys out there that are doing great lap times, man. And so it's easy to get into the school. The school can be like 100, $200, and it can seem intimidating at first, but man, I'm telling you, in the long run, it's just the better route to go. I've been there, I've done that, I've made the money online from street videos, and I ended up having to give a lot of it back to pay these lawyers and uh, my crashed bikes. Like some of the crashes I've had are just complete BS, and I had to buy new bikes and just stuff that wouldn't have happened on the track. It's not like when you on the street when you get in a crash. It's not just replacing your clip-ons and foot pegs. It's like, oh, the bike's trashed. Like, gotta go get a new one.
Yeah.
So, and then you're dealing with just so much crap, insurance and whatever. There, I didn't even use insurance, so I would have been in a. They wouldn't even sell me insurance anymore if I had used insurance for all my accidents. So
They'd be like, nah, absolutely not.
yeah, we know who you are. So
as you walk in, they got your video playing. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, you might as well just go on and leave now. That's
no,
hilarious.
actually, it did happen to me. There was a Geico rep in Los Angeles, and he was like, started asking me some questions, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable answering these questions. So, but I am insured and do have a license. People think that I don't have a license. I'm uninsured. I'm just a 24/7 fugitive, but that's not how life really is for me. So if you're reading that online, that is some misinformation, which there is a lot of about me online. So
100%, man. Speaking of the Racer 411 and Aunt Lee Terry, I've had him on my podcast several times. He's an absolutely amazing human being. So, you personally
amazing.
being involved with the mentorship program, tell everybody everything about the program.
So CRA is the California Road Race Association. Racer 411 is embedded with them. So any CRA race you go to, they're going to be there, and any new racer that's come up in there, and they usually know the new racers because, like, let's say you wanted to start racing. Typically, you can do it at like any track days event. They usually have the new racer school at, but you can also. It's always the Friday before the race weekend. So if you wanted to plan to go to a CRA race, the first one is March 7th. Just plan to get there on Friday, go to new racer school, and you can actually be racing that weekend. But anyways, after new racer school, Racer 411, Aunt Lee, and Aliki are going to ask you if, your bike is all ready. There you go. It's Mama Venom is Aliki. She's been there you go. She's been a huge help on the track and mentor as well. But they're going to ask you if there's anything you need to get your bike ready. And I'm telling you, Aunt Lee has got the silicone, the safety wire, just like, I didn't know how to do anything, man. I've never been a wrencher. I've just like to like ride. I don't even care typically what the state of the bike is in, which is unusual for somebody who likes to race, but that's how it was. I just like to ride the bikes, man. I don't like to wrench, but they taught me how to wrench and do those things. So now I can do all my own safety wire and get my bike completely ready for tech inspection. It's because they taught me all that. And continuously, they're going to be at every CRA round. So I started off round 2 last year, and then they were helping me out in round 3 and round 4. And after I crashed, getting me back ready and re-teched. So the Racer 411 program, not every club has got a Racer 411 program. They're pretty specific to CRA right now. And do they do the up north? I don't even think. No, it's just CRA right now. So anyways,
Every race program should have a
every race program should have some kind of mentorship to get you prepped to race. But at the end of the day, you just need to want to go race, and they'll make it happen. Everything you need to do to get your bike ready and you ready to race. So you shouldn't go out there expecting to need to know everything. Like, they're going to help you out. Like, people want you to race too. They want you to come in and start racing. So they're going to do everything they can. It's not like they're not like gatekeepers out there that, just if they don't feel you're ready, then they're going to try to stop you. It's not like that. They want to help everybody. It doesn't matter your level. It doesn't matter if you're fast or not, young or old. I mean, I started racing last year at 42 years old. So you don't even got to be young to do it.
Oh, but we are young. What are you talking about? We're getting younger as we get.
There are young guys out there racing on the track, and they're fast too, man. There's guys out there 16, 17 years old, 15 years old, can't even get a motorcycle license, and they're already out there racing. So I think if there's any incentive, it's, I can start racing my motorcycle on the track before I can even get my license. So
facts.
That should get more people out there as well.
Yeah.
We're trying to grow the racing community, though. It's because there's just no better feeling in the world than going out there racing and, hopefully winning a race and getting a trophy and maybe even getting some money and getting a celebration. So
absolutely,
that's what racing is.
It is. So if anybody's out there racing in CVMA or CRA, listen, Racer 411 program, right? Absolutely amazing. Antley and Aliki.
And I will be coming to the East Coast to do some racing out there at some point. People think that I'm trying to hide out from the real racing organizations by racing in California, which is just mind-blowing to think about, because California has the most competitive racing programs anywhere in the country. So anyways, I got to shut some haters up and go out and race in the East Coast sometime here in the near future. And
they also say you're banned from the Dragon, which you're not.
Yeah, I'm not banned from anywhere. So
no. You never lost your license, never.
Nope. And all the race organizations, they're cool with me. They just want more racers to come. And as a matter of fact, I can help them out with doing that by providing a bigger, audience for them to see, to get more racers in their organizations. So they should embrace me coming. But I will be coming to the East Coast, and there's a lot of people talking trash at Road Atlanta and Barber and VIR. So I'll be making my way out there at some point and doing some racing out there as well.
That's awesome, man. VIR is my home track. It's good stuff, man. I'll you just let me know when you make it out here. Like I said when we was on the phone, man, I'll meet you out there. We'll do some videos, hang out, and have a good time, man, for sure. One thing I do want to ask you too is, you race in CVA and then turn around, CVMA, and then also race in CRA. What's your experience like at both?
So they're different organizations for sure. CRA is the one I started with. CRA is smaller than CVMA. CRA is very family friendly orientated. Everybody's huge friends. And just tries to help each other out. CVMA is more about competition. There's no doubt about it. CVMA is bigger, and it has several Moto America racers racing in every round. So there's more competition in CVMA. It's more like friendly racing in CRA. But CVMA does have more racers going to it. This last Round 4, I think there was like 207 racers. So
pretty good, yeah.
stacked grids.
Yeah.
My Formula 40 race had 21 racers in it. So
That's pretty good, man. Yeah.
CVMA they're doing numbers, and there's this competition out there. So if you want to really test your speed, you come out to Chuckwalla Valley Raceway and go to a CVMA race and strap in.
100%. And I'm saying that my good buddy Brennan Kelston actually races out there. He's cleaning it up out there. Boy, he's so fast, man.
So Kettleson is on another level. He's he does times on his 600 that the 1,000 guys do. The lap record 1,000 guys. So it's funny when people tell me, like, you got the cheater bike, that's why you're winning races. And you know what? At the end of the day, it ain't about the bike, man. Because Kettleson's out there on a Kawasaki 600, and he will go faster than you around that track. There's only like 2 or 3 guys on the 1,000s that are like the lap record holders, like Bryce Cornbow and David Anthony, that are going faster than him. So he's doing 44s on his 600. Like, it's just amazing. And what's now, I'm in racer group 1. So based on my lap times, there's like 4 racer groups, and I'm in racer group 1. So I'm out there with Brendan Kettleson, Josh Hayes, Corey Alexander, and they passed me, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna figure out what they're doing now. I get to follow them for 2 or 3 turns, and then they're gone. But so it's crazy. As long as I've been riding, as much experience as I have, and I'm willing to send it all the way, as we've seen in the past. So, but to just watch those guys, outdo you on the track on bikes that are less powerful it's really humbling. There are a million different levels to racing, and they're all out at Chuckwalla. So there are guys out there. If you want serious competition, you are going to get it.
110%, especially chasing Brennan, and especially the legend Josh Hayes and Corey Alexander. Like,
yeah, man,
dude, I was humbled when I had Josh Hayes on my podcast. It was I felt like, honestly, and I said it live, I was like, I feel like I actually made it having you on my podcast. Like, I did it. Like, box check, let's go. Right. And he's just such a humble guy, and you yourself, obviously you've met him. He's just amazing, man.
I'll tell you a funny story about meeting Josh Hayes for the first time. It was at the Influencer Track Day. He came to that, and Dustin, announced. He said, "Hey, Max Riss won the new racer school, so he's going to be out there racing. Anybody out here thinks they can go faster than him?" And it was quiet and one guy in the back said, "I can," and looked back, and come to find out, this is Josh Hayes. He's a national champion racer,
legend.
More wins than any other racer in American history. So he wasn't scared to put his hand up and say, "You know what, I'll go faster than Max Riss. Come on." So, and he did several times that weekend. So.
Right, as to be expected. Yeah,
Yeah, no matter how fast I think I am, man, there's guys out there that are faster, and Josh Hayes is one of them.
It's funny because we'll sit there and we'll watch them, whether you're doing it on TV or you're at VIR or Mid Ohio, wherever you're at, and you're like, man, dude, they're so smooth and so fast to make it look easy. But then when you're out there on track and you think you're Valentino Rossi and 12-year-old Nathan Gauker comes around on the outside of you on a 250 and just blows your doors off, you're like, I have no excuse, none at all. It's absolutely amazing, both programs you have out there, and then racing with the likes of, Brennan and everybody. It's iron sharpens iron. That's what I tell everybody all the time, right? We never stop learning, Max, right? Everything the knowledge you gain from riding on the street and versus the knowledge you gain at the track is it's amazing, and you ride, I don't want to say sort of different, but the same, if that makes sense, right?
There was a lot I had to learn coming on the track, and the testament is like I I got 20 seconds faster on Buttonwillow from when I started to now. 20 seconds
That's huge.
in one lap.
Yeah.
Like, I was not doing it right. And the things you need to do to go fast on the street are totally different than the things you need to go fast on a track. You shouldn't be going fast on a street anyways, because you're just putting yourself in a liability. It's just a liability at the end of the day. Like, anything could happen and you can get in some big trouble. So it's just not worth it at the beginning of the day. But racing on the track, I had to learn like heavy braking. Like, you on the street, you don't really do heavy braking like that, because you want to make sure that you're good before the turn so you don't slam into a guardrail or something. And the track, there is no guardrail, so you have that little extra chance to push it more and more to like the limit. So I had to learn like a lot of like braking stuff and just choosing lines and stuff like that, because it's just totally different. I might have been like the fastest guy on the street everywhere I went, but yeah, then you get on the track and a 12-year-old comes around you and you said, you know what, I'm doing something wrong. Let me figure this out. So I've been just slowly figuring things out by learning from riders that are more skilled than me. And it's funny because they'll, even if they have YouTube channels, it's hard to be successful on YouTube. And even if you're like the fastest guy in America, it's tough to make views on YouTube. So it was, humbling for me to go out there and say, you know what, I get all the success on YouTube, but man, I can't keep up with this guy on the track for nothing. And I got a fast bike and I ain't scared to send it. So, how do I learn to progress more as a rider? So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Which brings me, it's funny, you talk about the front brake a lot, right? Because that's a question that mutual friends of ours, Dustin Coynier, he called me up and was like, bro, you got to ask him this question. What's your thoughts on your relationship with the front brake lever the last year or so?
So, I got out there on the track and I didn't know who Dustin was. I realized he runs a track days organization called Track Days, but I didn't know who he was. And I got out on the track and he passed me right up on Buttonwillow, and I was like, hey, you move pretty quick out there. And he's like, this is my home, man. What do you think? I've been racing for 20 years. So I was like, yeah, but I know I'm not slow. So it just surprised me. But anyways, when I first got on Buttonwillow that first track day, I guess I wasn't really braking that much. I was rolling into every turn, and not at a slow pace, a pretty quick pace, but just I wasn't even really braking hard into the turn, which is kind of the opposite of what you're supposed to do when you're racing. It's kind of like you're going into the turn as fast as possible, stopping as efficiently as possible, and going through the other side as quick as you can and getting back on the throttle. And I was not braking that much, and so he gave me some instruction, and I was able to get my lap times down significantly from his coaching. He's an awesome motorcycle racing coach, that's for sure. You can even send him your videos and he'll critique you from your videos, which is what I did. And he told me some things, and yeah, a year later, I'm 20 seconds faster on that track. So I have to give some credit to Dustin Coynier for my journey, because he's definitely been a pivotal figure in it. Like, his track day, he does the track days at Buttonwillow, so that's where I race CRA. So it was kind of instrumental to go to his track days and prep for this racing. And he's done so much to help me out, and I really appreciate it. And I know he gets a lot of crap from a couple prominent trolls out there, but he's a great guy, and he's doing great things for the sport, and people definitely shouldn't be out there trashing him for who shows up to his track days. Like, at the end of the day, he's a business, he's a, a track day organization who's just trying to run a business. And, whoever wants to come out there and race his track days, that's fine. I don't know if they were expecting him to ban me for no apparent reason because of some crap they read online about me. I don't know if that's what they expect from him, but they should be giving him utmost respect because he's doing great things for the sport.
I agree, man. Same thing. He called me up when I put the post out that I was having you on. He's like, dude, this is absolutely amazing, right? He's like, have you got any death threats yet? I started laughing. I was like, no. He's like, well, they're probably coming. Just be prepared. Me and Dust, we talk shit. Just boys,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We
yeah.
talk shit and laugh. I was like, dude, again, so you addressing that. I just want to address it like I did yesterday, man. Again, everybody out there talking shit about me and giving me such a hard time for just hosting a platform, doing an interview, it's wrong for me, right? I feel highly offended, but I love each and every single one of you the same, right? No hard feelings on my end. I get it. We're not all the same. We don't all view the same opinions and ideas, and some of us just can't look past certain things. Again, I'm not defending anybody, okay? And I said this yesterday, but it's just not fair. It's really not, to give me such a hard time and talk all that shit. But
What's funny is people give Dustin crap for providing me a platform to talk on, sort of like what you're doing. And the funny thing is about that is I don't need your guys' platform. I have my own platform that's thousands of times bigger. I can provide my own platform. So again, people giving you guys crap for doing the right thing and trying to progress the sport, it's just so crazy to me, man, because you're just trying to do something for the sport, and I don't need the platform. I created my own platform. So, and have my own success. I don't need to be on anybody's podcast or anything, but you're doing great things for the sport. So that's why I wanted to come on your podcast.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
It's an honor to have you on, dude.
You're a big influence inside the racing community, and I realize that. So that's why I wanted to come out here and tell my story.
I love it, man. And it's an honor to have you on here to tell your story and look at the friendship that's come of it, right? Like it's absolutely.
We're gonna ride on the track at VIR one day.
Yes, 110%, my friend. We will, man. Listen, Max, dude, I definitely want to sit down and do a part 2 to this, man. We got so much more to talk about. But the future, man, what is Max Risk doing in 2026? What's your plans?
Well, I'm staying in California for now. Still living in Southern California. I will ride that ride until it's over because there ain't no better place to be on this planet. So, but moving forward, in 41 days, I have my first expert race. So, last year, Josh Hayes entered in a CRA Gold Cup race. So to enter the Gold Cup race, you got to be an expert or pro like Josh Hayes is. And so I might get a chance to race Josh Hayes if he shows up to round 1 of CRA and does that Gold Cup, because I'm going to be racing that race. So we're going to see how I stack up to some legendary racers in this next year. So I'm excited. I'm going to finish out my first season at CVMA on my yellow plate, and we'll do our first expert race in CVMA this next season, which starts this October, which is, only 9 months away. So then I'll get a race all those fast guys out there too. So I got a lot to learn between now and then if I want to keep up with some of these fast guys. But we'll be racing expert class, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm super excited. I think I'm going to do pretty well in the expert 1000 class or expert superbike class for these clubs. So we'll see what I can do. But it's just expert racing next year. People giving me all kinds of trash talk for still being a yellow plate when it's my first year racing, and I can't even change that. So people give me so much crap, man. Oh, you're doing this lap time. You're just sandbagging in the amateurs because you don't want to race the experts, and that's not how it is. It's my first year racing. You start off as an amateur your first year racing, and then you get promoted to expert based on how you did that season. And I did well in CRA, and I'm leading 2 out of 3 of my championships in CVMA right now. So that should definitely be enough to get me the white plate in CVMA next year. And I don't have any plans yet for East Coast next year, but I'm pretty sure something is going to happen on the East Coast because they don't do any racing here in California during the summer because it's like 120 at Chuckwalla and 110 at Buttonwillow. So they don't do much racing. And so maybe I'll be able to sneak over to the East Coast and do some track days this summer. I still got a place out there near the Dragon. So I might come out there and do some track days on the East Coast sometime in the summer, possibly.
And hopefully a Weir race.
Yeah, people talking so much trash in Weira. I don't know why, but when they come over to CVMA, they don't perform all that well. So I don't know why all the hype around that one, but I will try to get a race in there.
Dude, I love it, man. I love it, dude. Take it to the track, stay on the track, right? That let all the talk, line it up on the grid, baby, and let's settle it there, right?
And that's what I like to do. I don't for all them people leaving them hater comments, I don't even go and read them. So
dude, it's been hard on me, Max. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Without Aliki, again, big shout out to Aliki for helping me keep my sanity throughout.
Hey, I'm battle hardened about people talking trash. It does not faze me anymore. If anybody wants to ask me about anything that's, if they any subject they want to go over, I'm an open book. We can talk about it. You don't need to go say stuff about me online without confronting me first, man. That's some childish stuff. And,
I was trying to prevent, a bunch of negative comments, trying to turn them all off. I could just hide them, but I'm sure you could probably still see them anyway. It's something that I wanted to try to prevent as best as I can. But again, you said it the best yourself. Haters are gonna hate, right?
Haters are gonna hate. But if they want to provide some engagement to the post, let them, man. I don't hide comments. I could have started hiding comments years ago.
Right?
I don't hide my likes. I don't hide my comments. I don't hide my subscriber count. I don't hide none of that. I'm an open book. You want to look at my stuff? Go ahead.
100%.
And you'll probably find out something different than what you heard from your buddy, whoever. So.
Dude, it's crazy. But one comment I am going to pull up here is from my beautiful queen, my wife, my biggest supporter besides my son. She says, "Chris, I am proud of you, babe. It's nothing but love."
She knows what you've been going through leading up to this podcast.
Yeah, she's heard it all, man. Trust me, she has. And again, it's something that honestly, I've been putting a lot of thought into this, man. I was like, dude, I've heard all this shit about Max and all this, just negative. I don't know you personally, right? You can read whatever the fuck you want on the internet, but I'm not gonna judge you for who you are just because X, Y, and Z says this, right? So I woke up one day and I said, today's the day. I'm gonna reach out to Max, and it'd be an honor to have him on my podcast. And if he says yes, let's fucking go, right? And I figured if anybody could pull this off, it was me. And
absolutely,
it's absolutely proper mega, man. It's been such an honor to get to know you and to have you on and sit down and talk to you. Looking forward to everything in the future and getting to know you more in person, right? Because now that I got your number, buddy, I'm definitely going to be calling you. So,
So based on whatever feedback you get from this, part 2, we can go wherever. If you whatever feedback you get and whatever questions you want to ask on the part 2 series, I'm an open book, man, and we can dive deeper into the drama stuff if you want. I'm okay with that. I ain't afraid to face anything. So
good. I love it, man.
Yeah, on the part 2, if you want to dig deeper into some more drama over what the people really want to know, then that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't want it to be solely about that, because again, you know, I'm just
That at the end of the day, that's not what it's about. It's about
not.
racing motorcycles,
bro.
And if anybody wants to talk, they can go ahead and sign up for a CVMA race in 3 weeks and come out there and do their talking on the track.
110%.
They can find me there. I'm not hiding from anybody. I'm going to be a CVMA round 5. Anybody who wants to go out there and say their piece.
110%. My boy Aiden Theo won the championship out there in Thailand. If you guys missed this podcast, he says, "Keep it up, Chris. Let's get another podcast in soon. Love the suit in the background." Yeah, because my sponsor, AGV Sports Group Kamani, I actually got his suit on display. I take it with me to the track to show it off for everybody. So, man, listen, out of all the hate, dude, I've gotten so much love about this too. So I don't let none of this affect me personally. I ain't gonna lie, Max. And I told you this. It's been rough because I never had to deal with it before. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show who my true friends are and who my true supporters are and who are people that love me for who I am and for what I do for the sport, and not based solely of the stigmata around who I have on. Because to me, you know, I don't give a shit about that. Listen, we're all human. Our life is literally this long. So just love everybody and get to the fucking track and let's go. Right. Like, forget all this other bullshit, man. We don't need it and we don't want it, and it's not welcome. But listen, we're a little bit over an hour into this. I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but as every friend that I have on this podcast, yes, friend, I want to ask you some personal questions that nobody knows about Max Wrist, right? It's all this other racing, YouTube videos, all this, right? But dude, Max, tell us something that we don't know about you at all.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this question. Oh,
You raced
let's see. I mean, I feel like all the information about me is out there. I don't know why there's so much information about me specifically out there, but you know, and it's crazy. Is it just from making street videos that has garnered so much interest? I don't know. I'm just looking forward to racing this upcoming season. You hit me with a tough question, man. I thought it was going to be all about motorcycles and racing and stuff.
I had to throw in a little surprise, man. These right here are fun questions. It's just for people to get. So my main idea and focus behind all these personal questions, like what's your worst habit? Do you listen to audiobooks? It's me being such a fan of the sport and listening to all these interviews of Josh Hayes and all these other people. I'm like, well, what do they do behind the scenes? Like, what books do they like to read? What tell us something we don't never know about you as a person, right? So it was my way to connect the household names to the fan level, if that makes sense.
So I don't know what you gave me some inspiration there. I don't know what people think I do all day. Let me ask you, what do you think I do all day?
I think you probably
think I get out there and ride my motorcycle every single day?
I think you just like everybody that's in love with the sport. We eat shit, live and breathe this sport. We're constantly thinking about it. Whether we could ride every day or not is another thing, but it's always right here. So it pushes us to eat healthier, train, and just be better every day. Every day I want to be better than I was yesterday. Like today I was good, tomorrow I want to be even better. At whatever task it may be, right? So me, that's just personally how I view all my friends doing things, right?
Yeah.
And so that's personally what I think you do. I think you
Okay. So I ride about once a week, whether that's at Chuckwalla, Buttonwillow, or Apex kart track. So I ride about once a week. Um, but every other day, what I do almost all day long is sit here and edit videos. I'm the editor that makes these videos, and man, it is a lot of work. Like, just these racing videos they've been taking me over a week, sometimes 2 weeks to make them. So I'm not out there riding every day, although I wish I was. I'm not. I'm spend most of my days just training physically and editing, and that's typically what I do, man. Is edit and train, and because this, I've made thousands upon thousands of videos, man, and it's I've never sourced out the editing or anything. I'm the one who does it, so.
editing. Listen, it's funny you said that because when I took over the podcast, I was like, yeah, I'll do them like this and then I'll edit it. Dude, I sat down and learned how to edit YouTube videos and all this shit. And I'm in there for hours, bro. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm doing my podcast live. I'm not doing this. This is way too much.
A lot easier.
Bro, thank God for StreamYard, right? Because I automatically generate AI clips and all this. I ain't got to do none of that. I just click, edit.
A lot easier.
Let's go. It's yeah, so the whole editing thing, it's honestly it's an art, man. You got to sit down for hours, stare at the computer and chop this, crop this, add the music here, blur this scene, and
it's evolving. It used to be just go out on the street, come home, find the craziest thing I did that day, and then just post it, just raw. And now it's like tell a story, and there's got to be several pieces to the story. There's got to be some drama, there's got to be some triumph, there's got to be all kinds of stuff. So I really try to tell the story, and right now that's just the story of racing motorcycles. And
love it.
The Chuckwalla and CRA series have been doing pretty good, but I feel like I continuously, just like riding, try to improve more and more. So I'm really proud of this. The last CVMA video I did, I think it was, excellent. So
I loved it.
I put a lot of work into it, and it's not easy, man.
It's not. It's definitely a different ball game. Like I said, dude, I was in here, Max, and I was just pulling my hair out. I'd get up and I'd go pee, and I'd walk away for a minute, come back, sit down, and be like, this shit's for the birds, dude. Like, there's got to be easier way to do this, right? But that's all, as when you first got into it and started doing these YouTube videos, man, everything's a learning thing. You got to learn how to edit, make everything better. And then, as you said, the game changes, time changes, and you got to evolve with the new technology, and you got to blah, blah. Yeah.
It's only getting more competitive too.
It is, dude. So live is definitely the way to go, Max. From now on, go out there and do this shit live, baby.
Yeah. You already got that. You already got the rider market on lockdown. So racer rider market on lockdown. So I'll just keep telling these stories of how my races went. And here in about a week, you're going to see the round 4 video. And I got a couple crashes, man. It's and I can't blame anybody but myself on these crashes. One of them, I went down at 100 miles per hour, man. Yeah, that speedometer said 100 when I hit the ground. So it was a fast get off, but the footage is gnarly. So,
well, I can't wait to see it, my friend.
It's gonna be good.
Bunny says, haha, Mortal Kombat lives in our house. They are my favorite too, and we always quote them to each other. Finish him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so different because when I was street riding, I didn't know any of these people. I just see them up at the canyon. I give them the max pass, come home and finish them, do the Mortal Kombat edit on them. But now that I'm racing and I like know all the guys, I don't know, man. I'm doing it less because I feel like it's like sort of disrespectful. And but Bunny is like, put your Mortal Kombat effects in there because that's what people like. And I'm like, all right, finish him.
Yeah, finish. I love it, dude. I think it's a great twist. That's me when the two guys that started this podcast actually took it over, created the logo, what it is now, and all this. It was. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it by myself, right? It was a leap of faith, jump off of it and go. And when I did it, I was like you doing the Mortal Kombat. It's how do you separate yourself from everybody else doing it? How do you be uncommon amongst uncommon podcasters? How do you be uncommon amongst uncommon street riders making videos on the street or the track or skydiving or whatever it is, right? You gotta create your own path, and it works or it don't, and you just kind of create it from there. So it's I get what you're saying on that. It's those little things you add here and there is what makes it unique in its own way. And there's girl playing Mortal Kombat who didn't play Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat growing up. Let's just be honest, right?
Yeah,
if you didn't, dude, stop listening to us right now and go freaking play Mortal Kombat. What are you doing, right? Like, let's go. A good buddy of mine from the Ducati dads wants to know, what software does Mac use to edit?
I use Adobe software, so Premiere Pro primarily, and some After Effects for some things I don't really like doing, effects I don't really like doing, and Photoshop. Yeah. That's it. So just Adobe stuff, which I've been using for over a decade now, so I'm pretty well versed in it. I can kind of do whatever I want in videos, but video editing is not really about applying what you're doing in the software. It's about having the idea of what to put in there, because we can all go on the internet and figure out how to do whatever kind of effect we want, which is what I did for years, watching tutorials. But now it's just, what should I put in there? What are people going to be interested in seeing? So that's the more difficult question to answer, rather than how to apply it, actually, the effects on the programs.
Did you see my
so it doesn't really matter what program you're using at the end of the day. It's what story are you telling?
Yeah, that's the trick too, because you develop in your mind, but putting it down on the computer and making it create here to there is the trick, right?
Yeah.
Putting it all together. So did you see my son open the door with his lightsaber and then turn it on? It's hilarious.
I seen him passing back and forth.
So usually my son busts in on every podcast and says hi and all that. So it's everybody knows him at the track. Obviously, it's funny because I show up to the track and Rossi and I did the first question. It was like, "Where's Rossi?" And I'm like, what am I, chopped liver? Right? We just love him so much. I'm like, well, me too. Matter of fact, let me just leave him with you for a week and we'll see how much you still love him. Right? That's hilarious. Oh my God. Do you yourself read any books or listen to any audiobooks or anything?
No.
Do you
Don't
listen
do
to
much.
any podcast?
What's that?
Do you listen to any podcast?
Yeah, Dustin's. The Track Days. I listen to his podcast, even though his partner that podcasts was a trash talker. I'll call that guy out real quick. Ricky Bobby's his name. That's what it is. Bobby. He's a trash talker too. I guess he took it back at one point, but dude, not cool in the first place for saying whatever you said. And just because you heard it from somebody, not actually being true, but it's just because you heard it from somebody and you repeated that online for your audience to hear, that wasn't cool. But anyways, I do listen to Dustin's what's it called? The Weekend
Hangover.
Weekend Hangover. That's what it is.
Oh.
So
you don't listen to Penn?
Yeah. I started listening to yours now too. So I went back and watched a few of your old episodes, and but yeah, I'm a fan now. So especially because these are the guys on your podcast, I'm actually going to be seeing them on the track at some point. So it's cool to get to kind of know some people that you're racing. So
110%, man. It's again, dude, we're all family, we're all friends. We all want to see everybody succeed, and we're there at the end of the day for what? Let me hear it, people. To have what? To have fun on those two wheels, and that's all that fucking matters. None of the other bullshit fucking matters, right? So it's yeah, man. Listen, Max, dude, this has been uh my most controversial podcast ever to date. No bullshit. It's an honor to have you on. It's an honor to be your friend. And listen, whatever goals and visions you have in your life, as far as racing, just in life in general, I hope you and Bunny, dude, achieve those goals 110 times over, man. And it's an honor to be friends in what I always call this beautiful short life, my man. You are an amazing person. What you're doing, bringing people off the street to the track, which is the most important, is growing our community, right? Dude, I applaud you on all that. I think you are just absolutely mega, as I call everybody, man. And you know, you coming out here standing up for yourself, and whatever you guys say, I have nothing to hide. I highly applaud you, bro. You proper mega, my friend, 110%. So what I need from you, I need you to just stay on with me after I end this podcast just for a minute, and then I will let you get back to editing those videos, because I know that's what you're probably going to do, right? So listen, I'm gonna let you end the podcast. I'm gonna let you give all your shout outs, but first I just got to say there's actually a couple things. Thank you so much, as I always say, to each and every single one of you, because everybody listening to this podcast, everybody that's going to listen to this after I put it out here in a little while, all the likes and subscribers, because of each and every single one of you is the reason why I am sitting in this chair, right? And it's the reason why I'm as successful as I am. So it's nothing but love to each and every single one of you out there, even to everybody that out there giving me a hard time by sitting down with Max today. I still love each and every single one of you. No problem. It's nothing but love, because that's who I am as a person, and as a human being. Don't appreciate the hard times and all the trash talking, but again, you know, I will be at the track and I will see everybody, you know, so it's nothing but love and hugs, and no threats or nothing. But I just want to say I appreciate it. And Max, to you, I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate Mama Leaky from Venom. If anybody's out there, make sure you sign up for the Racer 411 program with Aunt Lee Terry. Big shout out to my man 64 Degree Racing Tate. You know, undersuits is something that you need to bring more than one to the track. It's something that we learn as we're racing and we show up. Because if you show up to the track weekend, you got one undersuit, guess what? You can hang dry it, you can kind of wash it in the sink, but when you put it on, it's crusty, musty, moldy, and smelly, right? And nobody wants to smell that funk coming by. And then also, with saying that, you know, it's 2026, people, man. Get you a full custom suit, right? Take that off the rack suit, make a backpack, make a purse, give it to your wife, give it to a loved one, give it to your son. I personally am with Kamani AGV Sports Group. We are a AAA certified full custom suit. Reach out to me. It's imperative. It changes your game out there on the track. Having a suit that's specifically designed, tailored, measured specifically for you. You choose the colors, you choose the layouts, you choose your logos, however you want to do it, right? So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming on here as always. I want to thank for everybody coming on here, even though you brought a bunch of negative to it. I still appreciate it, right? And without each and every single one of you, me nor Max or any of us would be in this situation. So thank you. I love you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Max, my man, tell everybody, of course, I don't even know why I'm saying this, because they already know where to find you, because obviously they've been following you for all this long, because all this shit they talk, right? So again, but just let everybody know where they can find you, what track you're going to be at next, and everything else in between are your shout outs.
Well, I gotta give a shout out to them haters too, because without them, I wouldn't be as successful as I've been. But thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast. It's really awesome what you do for the racing community, and I really appreciate you just bringing me on, because I know you had to deal with a lot to get me on, and I know you've had some back blow, and that sucks, man. And I don't know why people are doing that, but I hope this is the most successful podcast you've ever had. I'm trying to make it that way, and big shout out to everybody who's helped me along my racing journey. I got to give a shout out to Beverly Hills Ducati. They have taken care of me over there, and they make sure my bike is in tip top. Thank you to BT Moto. That is how my bike is the fastest, faster than everybody's. So BT Moto Tuning has really taken care of me, and they've really developed their tuning to make this bike fast. I mean, I hit 212 miles per hour on my bike. It is fast. So, again, shout out to CRA, Racer 411, Venom Motorsports with the Leaky out there. They've taken care of me, helped me out. Stomp Grip, they've helped me out as well. ASV Levers, Engine Ice, Eyes Up Motorsports for helping me with the tires and CRA, and Motorrad House. I got to give them a big shout out too. They have worked on my bike several times, and Ivan is just an amazing mechanic and got me out of some jams. So appreciate Eyes Up. Lieto Factory, they are wrapping my bike. It's going to look fully custom soon, which is going to be exciting. It might even be done before the next round, maybe. But I know I'm missing a ton of people that I owe shout outs to. But anyways, thank you, Chris, for having me on your podcast. And I look forward to part 2.
Absolutely. Me too, my friend. And on that note, listen, appreciate everybody joining in. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed that popcorn too, and you ate it, and it was so good, right? And Max, absolute honor to have you on. Just stay with me for a moment. This episode will be out everywhere, so expect it on all social media tonight. 110%. I'll tag you on all the socials too, Max. I'll send you the direct links. You guys know where to find me. You guys already know where to find Max. This has been an absolute honor. I hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you soon.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.
All right.